Hello everyone, I am Elif Köse and this is Confidence Leads to Success. I have got yet another phenomenal woman with me today and I am so excited to have her on board. I seem to be so lucky to surround myself with courageous people to help me be a better version of myself, and I have got Getrude Matshe here with me, and she has inspired me with her TEDx talk when I first saw that, and then we somehow connected. And I feel privileged to have you here. She is an international guest speaker, celebrated author, philanthropy consultant. She is an inspirational speaker. I don't know if you have seen her TEDx talk yet. If you haven't, I highly recommend you to go and have a look. She is a vibrant bundle of African energy, and she's so passionate about helping people achieve their full potential. So we have got so much that we connect in every way. So I'd love to have you tell everyone about you, Getrude. Welcome.
Thank you so much. It's wonderful to reconnect with you today.
It's so good to have you on board. I know you are on a mission to changing lives one woman at a time and one story at a time. And can you tell me, what is your mission? I know it, but I'd love my listeners to hear it and be inspired and understand why you are so passionate.
Oh, wow. So my latest business venture is called the HerStory Circle. And I have created a social impact movement that is connecting women through the power of our stories. We meet to share ideas through business and entrepreneurship, health and wellness, family and relationships, creativity, social justice, spirituality, and anything else that the women who come to the platform have to offer. And we speak from a position of strength, not weakness. So even if bad things have happened in your life, they shouldn't define who you are. And the hope is that each of these stories becomes the light at the end of the tunnel for another woman who's going through a similar challenge, who can see that she can get out of the trouble she's in, she can create a successful business, and we show the way by sharing our stories. So we launched in July 2019 in Las Vegas with the first 100 women, with a mission to connect 1 million women in a year. Second event was in Wellington, New Zealand, which is where I am living, which is New Zealand. We had a conference in Sydney, Australia. Beginning of 2020, I came to Europe, started off in Norway in January, came to London in February, headed off to New York in March, and then COVID happened and I had to cancel 15 events for the first quarter of 2020 in North America and Canada. Went through Australia on the way home, had a conference in Brisbane, in Melbourne, Auckland, and Hamilton. So 10 in-person events before all of the craziness of COVID happened. So last year was a very
incredible.
Year.
Oh my God, I love you. That is so incredible. How many women's life you touch it's countless. Brilliant.
I think we are co-creating this. I mean, you are one of our speakers. You came and shared your nuggets of wisdom with us. Every single woman who's stepping forward to share her story is part of co-creating this movement. And the vision is that we started off with 100. They told 10 friends, we grew to 1,000. They told 10 friends, we're at 10,000 now. And if this round tells 10 friends it's 100,000, then hopefully 1 million. So
that's right. I truly believe.
Process.
Well, this is why it really resonated with me, everything that you do, because I truly believe someone else's story can other person's guide to success, to get out of darkness, get out of misery. And this is one of the reasons I started my interview series with phenomenal women like yourselves, because we all have adversity, some sort of problems in our life. I've actually never met anyone who's never had a problem. But what we choose to live with what defines us, and our past, like you said, doesn't define our future, whatever happened. And sharing stories of million women, can you imagine the ripple effect? I'm excited.
So you are definitely one in a million. You need to know that.
I love that. So what is the next project? Do you have something else brewing?
Well, I am hoping that this platform ends up competing with a TED platform. I live and breathe TED. As you know, I'm a 3-time TED speaker.
I know.
But what I've always felt missing from TED was the next piece. I hear these inspiring speakers. I want to get access to them. I want to talk to these thought leaders. I want to learn from them. And the TED tagline is ideas worth spreading. Our tagline is inspired ideas ignited. How can we, through inspiration, ignite a fire in another woman's heart and get her to take action, get her to change her life, to start a business? And that's what really excites me.
So there is an action at the end, not just the inspiration. You actually want them to take action at the end of listening somebody else's story. I love it.
Yes. So we run workshops as well. Whenever we have summits, our speakers get to run workshops where they can work with a smaller, more intimate group of women, and hopefully that can translate into business clients for them. And we are planning to put together a reality TV show based on the HerStory stories and bring people to New Zealand to film the pilot that we're pitching to Netflix and Oprah's network. So we would love you to come to New Zealand.
Great. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'd love to come to New Zealand. When is this in the books? When is it that you're planning to do this?
If all goes well and the funding comes through, we are thinking mid next year. So June, July next year. We would love to bring a group of people, and we will tour both the North Island and the South Island and film the first 10 episodes of the HerStory reality TV show. Amazing. And the competition, if you can imagine a reality TV show similar to The Voice or American Idol, but for speakers. And the competition will be on 2 parts. It's on your ability to articulate your story and spread your message on one side. And on the other side, instead of people voting for our speakers, we want to crowdfund for the project that each speaker supports in her community. So we look for those unsung heroes in society, the women who make a difference. It could be somebody who started a soup kitchen and is feeding the homeless. People who do things without expecting anything in return. So we don't look for large nonprofits. We look for women who just make a difference in their communities, and we try and support them financially as well.
I love that. It is so phenomenal. I know that you also help, because not everybody is born with the ability to speak in public or articulate their stories. I know that you also help them to do that.
Yes. So I'm a speaking coach. Mm-hmm. It gives me so much joy to watch a woman who's never had the courage to stand up in public and speak. So we offer coaching, we offer mentoring, and we also now have peer-to-peer mentoring within the community where other women are taking under their wing a woman who's needing support. And we are the sounding board for you to practice and refine your craft and build that self-confidence to go out into the world and make a difference.
I love that. I mean, I'd love, ladies, I know you're listening. Don't ever think your story isn't worth, because wherever you are in your life, somebody is dying to be in that position in wherever you are standing. So if you were to share that story of yours, to inspire that person, to use as a guide to get them to the next level, I think you will have achieved something amazing. So get in touch with Getrude. I think, oh my God, I'm so excited to be in in friendship with you, in connection with you, and I'm so loving this. So as you know, I am a fashion designer, and I am so passionate about women feeling good in their clothes, and I truly believe fashion has got so much power in one's confidence.
Yes.
Confidence leads to success is how it all came, and then confidence comes through so many different ways, being able to speak your thoughts and everything. But I want to ask you, what does confidence mean to you?
Confidence means to me being comfortable in your own skin. I think I discovered this at the age of about 35. I had just written my first book, and I would look at myself in the mirror and think, oh my gosh, you're amazing. And a lot of times we don't see that in ourselves.
Being able to celebrate yourself is something, isn't it?
I think that's really where it starts. It starts inside, and then it exudes on the outside. And you're really right about fashion. Like you, I design clothes. Mm-hmm. And there's been times in my life where people say to me, you need to work on the inside. No, for me, it's how I look. It's how I show up in the world. And it's different for every woman.
Yes.
But do whatever works for you to make yourself feel good in your own skin. Because that's when you will be a full expression of who you truly are.
Yes, having that full confidence in you, whatever you believe in, however you look, however you feel, it's going to give you space. You'll own that space and the confidence. I think a lot of women mistake that. Confidence doesn't mean you know it all. No. It doesn't mean you are absolutely perfect, and there is no such a thing exists. There is no perfect. Like you said it so beautifully, it's just being happy in your skin. It's wonderful.
No, life has been good for me. And I was very lucky in that my self-confidence was instilled in me at a very early age. My parents realized that I was very gifted in communicating, in speaking. They encouraged me to get involved with drama, debate, public speaking. By the time I was 13, I was winning regional competitions, competing against 18-year-olds. So sometimes you start off in a home where your parents see your strengths and they reinforce it and they reflect it back to you. Some women don't have that kind of fortune, and they only find their voices much later in life. So most of my coaching clients are women over 50, women who are going through a transition, widowed, divorced, separated, women who are thinking about retiring and wanting to reinvent their lives. That's the space that I work in. And it just gives me great joy when I can empower a woman, because the ripple effect is not just on you. It transcends into the relationship you have with your partner, with your husband. It transcends into your children. When your kids see their mom being strong and confident, that helps them be strong and confident too.
So good. I can see that why you're doing this, why it's so important to you to give women that confidence to speak and share their stories. And why do you think it's important?
I think it's everything, because when you are able to articulate your thoughts, articulate your ideas in a public space, it means that you are able to express your intellectual IP, your intellectual ideas. A lot of times people are scared. They're scared of judgment. What will people say? What if I say it wrong? Sometimes if English is not a first language, English is not my first language. I have refined the art of speaking English. My mother tongue is Shona. So I'm from Zimbabwe originally. But it's taken me years of practice to be able to articulate in a foreign language the way that I do. And a lot of the women who do come to me for coaching think it's going to happen overnight. It doesn't. Using your voice is like playing a musical instrument. If you talk to any musician who plays the guitar, the piano, the saxophone, they didn't just pick up that musical instrument and start playing. So your voice is an instrument as well. You have to work at it, you have to practice and gain that self-confidence to be able to express who you are.
If there was one tip that you could give to those who want to be able to, or even dare to be a speaker at a summit or a physical event, what would that one tip would be?
Fake it till you make it. It is seriously like buying a new pair of shoes, and the first time you wear them, they feel tight and icky and uncomfortable. But you have to keep wearing those shoes until they get comfortable. So be prepared for the discomfort. You have to pretend, find someone you can model off. You know, I watch Oprah. Oprah is my role model. She doesn't know it, but I sit and watch hours and hours of videos on how she holds herself, how she presents. And it's helped me create my own unique style. But I had to start by observing another woman like me to get to this point.
I love that. I don't know if you knew this, but I am total, she's my idol, Opera. And I have got friends group in my friends. They call me Turkish Opera.
Well, they called me the Zimbabwean Oprah.
There you go. Maybe we need to contact her and say, her, come on, get together. You've got other operas here. Oh, this is so wonderful, Getrude. I just must say you are so inspirational, and I feel so lucky to have met you, and it is such an honor that you are helping so many women to find their voice, because I know what it feels like finding your own voice. It makes me emotional talking about this, because it took me years and years and years to talk about my childhood trauma. It took me years to find my voice, even here in this country, because I had the feeling of belonging. I didn't ever feel like I belong to anywhere that I've been, because I was a foreign girl here in the UK, even though I'm Turkish, but I left my home, and every time when I go back home, I would be that other girl who lives in the UK. So I always had these belonging issue, and I always had a feeling of worries. Will I be accepted? Will I be ridiculed if I say something wrong? Will people make fun of me? Who am I to stand? And it took me years to actually own my mistakes and be perfectly imperfect.
Yes.
So I know
that's what we have to learn as women.
Yes.
You've hit the nail on the head, learning how to be perfectly imperfect. And it's okay. And if you make a mistake, it doesn't matter. You just get up, you learn from that mistake, dust yourself off and try again.
Yeah, it's so true. I mean, this is funny, but I have been, since I become a mother, I have been a stronger woman, because seeing my son learning when he was walking, how he kept falling off and kept getting back up again and falling off and getting back up again. He wouldn't give up. And it just reminded me of everything in my life, from as little as learning how to cycle to how to speak. This language that I am holding a space to like interview women around the globe. I just think anything is possible for me. So I want to tell everyone, through your words, really, just own it.
And you're right. That analogy of your son is a very good example of how to live life, because nobody taught him how to walk. He just knew he had to keep standing up and falling down and standing up and falling down. And eventually he put one foot in front of the other and he started to run, he started to walk. Yes. A lot of times we feel like we need all of the pieces to know exactly how to do things, and we don't. So thank you for sharing that really good example of how we should all be. Be like children, be curious, and
Yeah,
have fun with it.
curiosity. I think that's once we get into adulthood, we seem to forget that curiosity and how also they are willing to learn and better themselves. Whereas when we get into adulthood, we think that we're complete, we've done, we should stop learning. And I can't stop learning. I learn every day.
Yeah, it's incredible. We can go so much further by just
Amazing.
trying. I would rather try and fail than not try at all and live
Yeah,
with the regret that if only I had tried.
that's lovely. Thank you so much, Gertrude. It has been a great pleasure to have you with me, and thank you for sharing your passion with my listeners. And I can't wait to do projects together. Watch this space, ladies.
Thank you so much. And thank you to everybody who tuned in to listen to us today. Wonderful to be here with you.
Thank you.